So this team I found in the VGCPaste Repository. I don't remember what it was from. It was from some Japanese tournament, I believe, or some Japanese player used it to win, I believe. Apologies if I'm butchering any of that. So this is a Torkoal team. Sets up the sun, which empowers all three of the Paradox Pokemon you see on the right here, as well as boosting up Ogerpon, Hearthflame's Ivy Cudgel. We have Ferrograph here to set up Trick Room for our Torkoal or in our Raging Bolt and whatever else, and then or to stop to deny our opponents from doing that, as well as blocking fake outs to relieve ourselves of the pesky Dragonite Chien-Pao lead. So yeah, let's hop in some battles. So we're gonna hop in some battles right here with the Torkoal team, and we have our first one right here. Ooh. Oh, an HDMI cord just fell, but it was not plugged into anything. So we have Rain Dance Tornadus. That is not okay. So we just showed probably the worst matchup that we'll have, and that's a Rain Dance Tornadus because it just stops all the fire stuff that we want to do. They also have Rapid Strike Urshifu, which doesn't feel... It's actually not too bad. Rapid Strike Urshifu is pretty... We can handle that with Walking Wake and especially Raging Bolt. We're Assault Vest Raging Bolt, which is key to know, and we have Thunderbolt. Finally, we have a Raging Bolt with Thunderbolt. But yeah, I'm going to start with Farigiraf. I'm going to... My lead is going to be Torkoal, Walking Wake, Farigiraf, and I think Raging Bolt. And so they have Archaludon Tornadus. I think that they can just go for their Assault Vest or Archaludon, but their Terra Grass, I don't think much. I think they set up Rain Dance with Tornadus, but I think a Helping Hand, just making sure they don't have Weather Ball on Archaludon. I don't even know if it can learn that, but just in case. I feel like it can. Anyways, Helping Hand, Draco Meteor might KO the Archaludon. They do set up the Rain Dance, and Draco Meteor does not quite take it out, but one more from us should be able to kill it. They do Electro Shot into my Torkoal, but that's fine, really. I think I'm fine with that. What is there? They definitely go up for... Ooh, okay. I just swap into my Raging Bolt, and I'm going to protect my Walking Wake, actually, because I think that they just ignore the Torkoal slot. And they do ignore the Torkoal slot. Torkoal could not really do anything to them with the sun being up. My highest stat is my special attack because I don't think that the Assault Vest is taken into account there. And so while he does have Assault Vest and he resists this, I think if I Thunderclap into Archaludon and swap... Oh, no. This is bad because they are faster, so they're probably... Oh, wait. Honestly, I don't... They have to call the Torkoal switching in. Do they call the Torkoal switching in? Let's see. And they don't, but we don't get the kill with Thunderclap. And so... What do we do here? Now we can set in Walking Wake. And I did not play this well whatsoever, but that's fine. We Thunderclap. How much did Thunderclap do before? Thunderclap did 16. This might kill. So let's see if this kills. It does kill. Okay, that is very good for us. And then we Hydro Steam, and we have the boost from the rain instead of the other reason that we got the boost. Okay. Here, I can Thunderclap the Tornadus, and I can Terrafire Hydro Steam the Fluttermane because I think we should be able to live one, hopefully. We do get the kill on the Tornadus. Dazzling Gleam, we live on both of them with the Terrafire, and we Hydro Steam into Fluttermane. Fluttermane is Choice Specs. Is their last Pokemon Amoonguss? It is Amoonguss. That is not what we wanted to see. Okay. Their Dazzling Gleam did 53% to Raging Bolt and 32% to Walking Wake. So they have to... They do... The good news here is that we know that they have to Rage Powder here. Yeah, we know that they have to Rage Powder here, so I think I can just double... Yeah, because otherwise the Thunderclap won me the game basically on the spot. So we can just Draco into the Amoonguss and then swap in Farigiraf here. Farigiraf is Citrus Berry. And... Okay. This is where... I guess I should have brought Ogerpon as my last Pokemon over Farigiraf. I think I have to Dazzling Gleam and Protect my Walking Wake. Because we live 1, Dazzling Gleam. Yep, and we Citrus Berry, Dazzling Gleam, but they Spore. Yep, that's what I figured they would Spore. So, yeah. So I unfortunately cannot win this. Definitely ensures that they win the game. So I am going to be a respectful person and forfeit. Ready for the next match. Honestly, I think we would have been fine there if we did not have Farigiraf as our last Pokemon in the back. Call me crazy. I'm leading Ogerpon, Walking Lake. No, I'm going to lead Fluttermane. This is interesting. I'm going to lead Fluttermane, Ogerpon with Raging Bolt was good. It's do I leave Torkoal behind? I don't want to, but I think I'm going to. Was their Torkoal or their Incineroar does have Flare Blitz? Yeah, I'll bring Walking Wake over. I'll leave Torkoal behind. So here they have Flash Cannon, I'm assuming. They do have Flash Cannon. Here I am simply going to Moonblast the Archaludon. No, I'm going to Dazzling Gleam and Ivy Cudgel the Tornadus. Because I don't think that they are going to protect here. And if they don't protect, then... Okay, so they prioritize getting the tail... That's interesting. They prioritize getting the Tailwind up over setting up Rain. So we just get the... So we get the turn 1 kill on the Tornadus. And I am going to... I think they Dazzling Gleam here, unfortunately. But I'm just going to send in Raging Bolt. And... I'm going to send in Raging Bolt, and I'm going to Terrafire Ivy Cudgel the Fluttermane. And let's see what happens. They Shadow Ball into the Ogerpon. We live. And our Raging Bolt absolutely eats the Flash Cannon from the Archaludon. And as long as we preserve our Ogerpon here, we should win this game. We're just going to Draco Meteor into the Amoonguss. And... Oh, I thought that was... I'm going to Spiky Shield on my Ogerpon. I really thought that was scary. I really thought that move almost clicked Woodhammer into... I almost clicked Woodhammer, but then realized that was, in fact, not Woodhammer. That was Spiky Shield. So they Body Press into the Fluttermane switch, and they Pollen Puff to the side on the Archaludon. But our Raging Bolt wakes up. Our Raging Bolt wakes up, and I think I can, in fact, just swap in Walking Lake here and get a Shadow Ball into the Amoonguss. And we just want to kill this Amoonguss as fast as possible. Flash Cannon lets us go down. Our Walking Wake is 95 speed, which is interesting. But... Yeah, we'll do this, and we will Flamethrower Amoonguss. Have they Terastallized? I don't think they have, but that's fine. And we're going to Draco Meteor Amoonguss as well, because, yeah, well, the Walking Lake has to take the guaranteed turn of sleep. Draco Meteor does not kill our Raging Bolt, but our Draco Meteor does kill their Amoonguss because it lands. And now we can just Draco Meteor, and they have Body Press, so there's no reason for me to go to Snarl here. When we do wake up, we land our first Draco Meteor, and now an Ivy Cudgel, a +1 Ivy Cudgel from Ogerpon should be able to clean up shop here. So let's see. They're obviously going to Body Press into the Ogerpon, I think. But yeah, +1 Ivy Cudgel does enough that a Draco Meteor follow-up can take it out. And so we win game 2 when we're on to game 3. I think leaving Torkoal behind last game was the correct play. What did I lead? See, in a tournament, normally I would have like my notebook and I'd be writing down like what I lead. I'm a bad note taker when it comes to Pokemon. I mainly just write what I lead, or who leads what 4 Pokemon each person brings, and then what is terrestrialized each game, as well as like a few key calcs and whatnot. Just as an insight into my sick and twisted brain. But I led Fluttermane Ogerpon, and I think I can just lead Fluttermane Ogerpon again with Walking Wake and Raging Bolt. I think this is fine. They lead Amoonguss this time, which is interesting. It's whose Fluttermane is faster. You know, I'm just going to Dazzling Gleam. I'm going to Dazzling Gleam and Ivy Cudgel into the Fluttermane, because we know that they do Terrestrialize, so we do a respectable amount to the Amoonguss. But then, so we basically just trade Fluttermanes here. We trade Fluttermanes for their Amoonguss's Terrestrialization, and they did nothing to my Ogerpon. And now that their Amoonguss is Terrestrialized, this is just this is a free Thunderbolt into Amoonguss, and then I think I can just Ivy Cudgel into Tornadus. Yeah, that is 51%. They Bleak Wind, misses Ogerpon, but we would have lived one anyway. And Thunderbolt does get the KO on Amoonguss. What is their last Pokemon? It is that Archaludon. We can just go ahead and simply, let me see. I don't think that there's a downside in terrestrializing my Raging Bolt, so I can simply Terra Grass, Thunderbolt into Amoonguss, or into Tornadus, Spiky Shield. They Rain Dance, they Electroshot into Ogerpon, I'm assuming. Yep. We block it, and we get the Thunderbolt off into Tornadus to kill it. So now we can Snarl, and Ivy Cudgel is still our best play here for the critical hits, and it's neutral, even though the rain's down, because it 4 times resists Woodhammer, and we don't really want to take the recoil from Woodhammer. There was a fly on my nose. So we can kind of stall out the Archaludon. Oh, and they Body Press into the Spiky Shield, which is really good. And now that they're back to neutral, which is very nice for us. So now, honestly, just Draco Meteors from Bolt and Walking Wake should be able to finish out the game, but we don't need it because we got a critical hit Ivy Cudgel. I'm not sure if we needed the critical hit, but we, like I said, as long as we hit the last, our last few, we could have missed 1 or 2 Draco Meteors, I think, as well. But just as long as one of those landed, we won. But yeah, so we won the first game of doing it. That was 13 minutes, so I think I'm just going to have one best of 3. But yeah, that was honestly probably the best team that you could have seen me play, since it was that was honestly probably the best team that you could have seen me go up against, since it was a rain team. And you saw me bring Torkoal the first game. Just because it's a Torkoal-centric team does not mean that you need to bring Torkoal to every game. Sometimes your supporting Pokemon are good enough on their own to be able to handle different situations. And you actually saw me bring all 6 Pokemon throughout the 3 games. So hopefully that was some really good input for you. If there's any specific Pokemon or any teams that you want to see me do down below, leave a comment. And yeah, make sure you like and subscribe, and have a great one. Thank you.